Welcome back, YouTube. Another beautiful Saturday in the shop, working on the drama dually, staying caffeinated and motivated. Gonna get some work done on this thing. Took it out to a show last weekend. You can see in our previous video, took it to C30s in the city. Great show, just killer people that put it on, had a great time. A lot of the subscribers came out, bought some t-shirts and stuff. First time setting up as a vendor was really neat. Definitely gonna do that again. First time driving the truck around as well, and found some issues. Biggest issue, the motor's bad, or going bad. I don't know. We're not gonna talk about that today. I got PTSD. That's a later problem. First problem we're going to address is tire clearance. As you can see, we got the ride height really hunkered down here where it needs to be. It's got a great stance, and I love that aspect of it. What I don't love is what you might, yeah, you can see. It is killing the inner fenders. I mean, just tearing them up. Any kind of bump we hit, it just, it sounds terrible. Our solution, set of Slosh Tubz. Cool husband-wife duo. They make these raised tubs, so you can see here's where the fender lip will go. And we're gonna do a full install, so you'll see the whole deal, but we give you extra height here. It gives you extra width toward the engine. And look at this, comes with a packing blanket. What a bargain. They also offer hardware kit. And opted up for that. And with this kit, because of the increased size, also comes with their handy dandy battery relocator, which it only it turns it sideways. It doesn't really relocate it necessarily, but it makes for clearance. Mounts it like the earlier round headlight trucks. So this little kit comes with a new, get out of there, a new AMD bracket, or tray, I should say, and some really nice powder coated brackets. And of course, hardware, stainless buttons, because, you know, show truck. So our goal for today is going to be get the old fenders out, new ones in, mocked up, trimmed out, because they may or may not actually fit this truck. And what I mean by that is they have two versions of these inner fenders. This is what they call the smooth or without AC version. Then they have a with AC version. Well, this truck does not have AC, but it does have a factory heater box. And after talking with Mike, the owner, he said that we would either need to run the AC ones, and they would have like extra indentations, which would work fine, would be a lot less work for me. It's probably what I should have bought. Or I could run the non-AC ones, and I might have to trim either the box or the fender. We'll figure that out. Either way, I'm gonna figure it out, so maybe you don't have to. Now, let's get started and tear this thing apart. First things first, get the truck up in the air, take the wheels off. Don't forget the Harbor Freight mechanic killers. Get it steadied up on some jack stands. Get the old inner fender out. Now, side-by-side comparison. Big differences. Point out a couple to you real quick. This is the flange that meets the fender. You can see we're flat, it kind of steps down, it bubbles up a little bit and immediately drops off. And front to rear, it's just arched just right over the tire. That's it. Well, if we take that and flip her over, you can see, yeah, we had a little bit of rubbing. The old saying, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't dubbing, but that's a little excessive. Slosh fender, you can see here's the mounting flange for the tire, and we have this huge step up. And it even goes up from there, arches more, and has a larger radius throughout. This should fix all of our problems because we're getting the main amount of our contact there, which was here-ish. And this, I mean, it looks like it's probably 3 inches taller. This truck is, I mean, probably 6-7 inches dropped in the front, but these tires are really tall. That's where we're getting this issue. But this is the solution. Get the old ones out. Or this one out. Now we'll pop the other one for the driver's side. I will say, for the passenger side, we did have to delete The charcoal canister is set here. That's not going to work anymore. Not a big deal. Those things were useless anyway. On this side, obviously the battery's got to come out. Tray, tuck all that stuff away. I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go. The inner fenders themselves are pretty easy to take out. We have some 1/2" bolts around the perimeter, as well as 3 across the front, 2 9/16 at the back, and these suckers drop right out. Now that we have the inner fender out, battery gone, tray gone, we went ahead and removed the hood spring. Don't forget to put a prop under it, because the template they provide here, which is super nice, comes with 2 holes to reference it off of the spring hole. And you can kind of see about how much gets taken off, and it's a little floppy. We'll put it on there with a Sharpie and you'll see better here. And we'll go around the bottom. You can see I've marked the bottom here with masking tape, and I'll pull it back a little bit so you can see. Right here is where your spring clip went to hold the original inner fender. You want to retain that hole, so don't cut it. If you do, your fenders won't stay in. And yeah, just put it up there. You're going to cut up to the edge of those holes all the way around. Woo, to there. You can either do this with tape, Sharpie, both, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can also cut it out with whatever you feel comfortable with. But me, you know it's going to be the 4.5" slice and dice. First trim fell right into place. The template right on point. Everything looks good except for this. Now, like we talked about, I knew this was going to be a problem, and sure enough it is. Went ahead and removed this just to fit the tub, so I wasn't fighting issues with the tub fitment because of this guy. And you can see this guy goes here. Well, doesn't really fit anymore. Now, I can make a plate to block that off. Wouldn't have heat. Okay. Could block it off, put vintage AC. That's not in the budget. What do you say we give this thing a little trim job and see if we can make something fit? I'm up for a challenge today. Here we are. Move the whole box up 1 1/4 inches. We took the factory tabs on the side of the box, cut them off, moved them down, grind them. Right, moved it down, grind it, made a little filler panel for the 1 1/4 difference we had here, and then we took the box and notched it upwards, made a obviously panel here, panel there, dressed it down. It still needs a little more dressing. I'm out of Rolox to make it really nice looking, but it'll do for now. Factory, it was held in with self tappers there, and up top I've got a temporary one holding them here. We'll put those same fasteners back in. Same fasteners here. Just had to slightly grind here and right on the inside of there, and now the whole thing's up and it clears the new tubs. We can retain our factory heater box. No costly vintage air to break the bank for us, because we're already way over budget on this project. Took me about 2 hours. Yeah, no problem. Put the fan back in here, everything spins, everything turns, good to go. Inner fender back in, you can see heater box thing. Yeah, look at there. Clears. Plenty of room. Looks stock, like I like to call it, OEM-ish. Nice little gap all the way around. Yeah, everything looks cool here. Next thing we have to do is mark all the holes. Take you a silver Sharpie that you stole from your buddy next door, and you can go right behind the fender and go and boop, boop, mark all the holes. And the ones that you can't get to with a Sharpie, I'll show you another trick. They make little picks that have a 90 on it. This was one of those. Now it's broken and hand bent. And whatever, it works. You just go everywhere there's a hole and just scratch the hole. Work your way around. You have to really think skinny. Stick your arms up in there, scratch all the holes, and then don't forget there's 2 on the inside here, 2 bigger ones, which fortunately you get you a creeper. Now crawl up under the truck from the back. This is behind the wheel. This little hole right here in the fender, you can reach your hand up in there, use your little pick, scratch circles around in the hole. That brace right there, you can scratch your hole there, and then right there, scratch it up in there. That'll be all the ones for the back side. Now we'll go around to the top. The way I have everything mocked up here, as you can see, I gotta have a jack at the back holding the back up, and a jack at the front with this little lift stand thing I made. That holds it up nice and snug, so you can scratch all your holes, get everything ready to drill. We'll drop these jacks, drill the holes out, be ready to go. Like I mentioned before, the template is reversible. If I would have started on this side, I could have showed you. It actually has a picture of what it's supposed to look like. Kinda, sorta, something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, we went exactly like the template on this side. It was perfect. I'm sure it'll be perfect on this side. Let's get it cut out. It's so hot today. So now that we got these fitted, time to put some paint on them. Some people leave them. I mean, that's okay. Being a paint shop, we can't do that. We're gonna start with the bottom. As you can see, this has the real rough fiberglass textured look. This is obviously smooth. That would be okay. We could just paint over that. What we're gonna opt to do here is hit everything with an 80 grit on a DA. And then you can see it gets all the high spots, but got a little shiny down the bottom. How are we gonna fix that?
Scotch-Brite.
Red Scotch-Brite. Lots of scuffing. So you just keep on scuffing away your life away so you get all the shiny gone.
Is that a Jimmy Buffett song?
Could be. The coating we're going to use on the bottom, good old-fashioned Raptor liner. Straightforward. You've seen us use this before. All the mixing ratios and instructions are on the box. But basically, you put, 8 ounces of the hardener into your little measuring cup. Pour that directly into here. Shake that for a few minutes, get it good and mixed up. Comes with a special gun. Right down in that bottle. Spray like crazy. We'll show you. Got the dually back in the shop. Got our custom battery tie down.
Easy now.
We had to rig up something just to. This thing is way too big, way too heavy to be pushing around, especially since Taylor stays here later and he's the last one to move it in and out. He just doesn't have enough gumption to push it himself.
Easy
now. I'm sorry. Now, you saw the bottom, did the Raptor liner. He was supposed to film the top, but forgot. Catch you guys up though. On the top, sanded it down 320 on a DA, went over it with a black epoxy, and then we used our favorite satin black, or antique satin semi-gloss chassis saber. It's got a killer sheen. It's a little dusty because he was in here doing some extracurriculars last night, but it's super tough. It's got a great sheen to it. And, oh, yeah, here it comes. There we go. Much better. It's got a good look to it. For anyone that hasn't seen it, here's the can. Antique satin black, number 970, if that even means anything. Great stuff. Don't get it on you though. You have to wear this stuff off. It's intense. Guys over at Slosh Tubz were nice enough to include a hardware kit and it's listed 88 to 98, but something's a little funky. Here's our little capture nuts, and they're a different thread pitch than the bolt. And the factory bolts are too short because these inner fenders are thicker. What we did, just regular old 5/16 bolt hardware we have laying around, have it about ½ an inch longer than the stock bolts, be good to go with that. The battery tray, they sent some nice stainless button heads. Those are correct. So yeah, probably just got mixed up on accidents. Oh well. Now we throw them in. And the front goes up in place first. Skin them up now.
I'm trying not to.
Paid a lot of money for these things to get painted. Boom, so they kind of hold themselves.
That's good.
All right, got it set in place, and it holds itself pretty well just by sitting on this back little lip and that front little lip up there. Now we just put it into place. These do have to come back out because we're going to swap a motor in this thing. We're going to get just a couple across the front, couple, maybe 1 or 3. I don't know. We'll probably end up putting them all in, but we just want to give you the full effect here.
Full affect. Is it affect or effect?
On this, man, it's definitely effect.
This thing's affecting our wallets.
Oh, affecting mine slow as you work.
I mean, yours negatively, mine positively. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you get that on the hourly, guys. Just like that, after a little bit of work with a burr bit, wallowed a hole or two, she's in there. I wish you could tell how much more room we have. It looks so good. And it gives us a nice little resting spot for these. Probably drill this and make a little bracket to hold those a little more proper. But yeah, pretty good. What do you think, T?
Looks alright.
If it's not a Vega, I swear he just doesn't like it. Anyway.
Why you gotta throw me on the bus like that?
Well, because you like weirdo cars. Next project, battery tray. Pretty cool kit. We already talked about it. Comes with a brand new, what I would call like a round headlight battery tray. And these 2 cool brackets. So I think we're supposed to pre-assemble this. Oh, let's see. All right, couple little issues, little hurdles we got to overcome here. As you can see, the bracket gets this little stainless bolt right through here. But as you can also see, when you put this through, you can't actually put it in there square. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, also it gets the bolt that drops down here into the other bracket. And originally we thought it went into this hole. Well, when you put it in this hole, it doesn't actually line up properly. It needs to go into this one. As you can see, round peg, oval hole, doesn't work like that. But not a problem. No fear. The Carbide Express is here. Just gotta give it a little massage. Come on, man. Whoa, if I use my 20 volt, I could actually get this done, couldn't I? Look at there.
That's plenty big.
Look at there. You gotta have a little wiggle wobble.
Hot dog in the hallway.
Hot dog in the hallway. She'll definitely cut that out. Same thing with these. We'll put it in our vise here. Give it a test fit. Yeah, I'm not just in love with the way that fits, but it'll be okay.
Can't do much else.
We didn't do much else. Well, our solution for this bolt was looking just a little, whoop, as you can see, little sus right there. We don't like that. What we did, took a regular 5/16 washer, took it for a ride on the flap attack, and one-handed, that was tricky. Now, ta-da! Feel much better about that. Obviously, everything that we hit with the carbide burr, brackets, battery tray, washers, everything will be touched up with a little paint just to prevent corrosion. For now, this is a mock-up. Like we said, has to come back out because Taylor blew the motor up.
I ain't even drove this thing.
Pulled it in and out 100 times.
Whose fault is that?
Yours. Got the battery tray in. It was a little more of a bear than I thought it should have been, but it's okay. You can see right here the hardware we modified. I end up having to wallow the hole that way a little bit to get it to line up. Maybe it's the truck. Could totally be the truck. Got it in. And the bracket over here, shed a light on the situation. It takes bolts, one here, one down there, that go in from this way. Now we're here looking through the grill, right here, through the grill. You can see there's the hole right there. And then there's one, I can never get the light to shine right, but there's also one right behind there. Basically, we'll get a nut and bolt there and there. I'm not pulling the grill out because I'm gonna have to do all that when I put a different motor in it anyway. And it's plenty sturdy just to hold the battery for the time being. Oh, really cool kit. Drops in here. Still got to get a little battery tie down situation. Cable will get stuck right there. There we go. Cables go on. Back on the ground, as you can see, this truck, we're tucking the tread block. Even though these are stock size tires, 225, 75, 16, their overall height is much bigger than your standard 15-inch tire. And we can sneak up in here. Look at all this room for activities in here. And it clears it right here on this edge. I think we're gonna be okay. Big improvements. Before, I could just barely, almost get 2 fingers to the top. Now, I mean, yeah, plenty of room. See how much more clearance we got? It's pretty sweet. All in all, not a bad kit. What do you think?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
Well, it's hot rod.
It's hot rod.
Everything needs to be modified.
Don't think it's going to be drop in. Everything, you're going to have to wallow a hole. You're going to have to chase some threads. You're going to have to sand out some stuff, square something up. It's just part of it. But pretty good kit, especially for the money. These are the cheapest tubs you can get, I believe.
Tubs look great. I was talking more about it. Well, I guess you had to modify the tubs.
I had to modify the tubs too. I actually had to modify the heater box, and as you can see, obviously we got that in. We didn't talk about it too much. It fits good. I didn't paint this because I'm going to just replace it. It's got a little bit of funny noise when you spin the fan, and you would have to drop this inner fender to take it out. Just going to go ahead and replace it. Oh, not a bad kit.
No, I like them. They look good.
They look good. They look OEM-ish. I like it.
I mean, they look like a 67 stock from the. Never mind.
They look good. We like them. I would definitely do them again. I would definitely recommend them, especially for the price point. Like I said, the next one above this is your custom bead roll, like the GMSS's, or there are a lot of great companies out there that make them. That's definitely not the look for this truck. That did not make sense. And I hate opening your hood, seeing inner fenders, and it was hitting the inner fender so bad with the stock ones in it that it was almost like felt like you were hitting the brakes every time you hit a bump. Some people say you can run the earlier inner fenders and give you a little more clearance, but this thing's hammered in the front. Just spend the money. Be good to go. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Like, subscribe. Check out Slosh Tubz. They make more than this. They make firewall filler panels, sub boxes. We're actually about to order one of their sub boxes. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. Until next time. See ya.